the very bottom line is I simply don't want a job. Like, I don't want a 9 to 5. It's like, y'all don't support me. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another vlog. If you are new here, I am Antoinette Irene and I am everything. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. You know the vibe. Today I am going to be talking about being a 37-year-old creator. Like, yeah, it's gonna get real. And let me just be clear, I will be talking about things that other people, may have said, like their perspectives and their thoughts on it, and giving you my genuine perspective on things and just being real, raw, and honest about it. But this is not meant to be like a defensive or combative vlog or nothing like that, because that's not in my character. But we just gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna give y'all my take on it. And if you have any thoughts on it, feel free to put them in the comments. Let's get into the very first thing that, a lot of people have asked me about or suggested to me, or whatever the case may be. Why don't I have a job or get a job, or things pertaining to getting a traditional 9 to 5 job? The very bottom line is I simply don't want a job. Like, I don't want a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. There may be a time in my life where God calls me back to a 9 to 5. So I'm not saying anything like that. But if you're asking me, I don't want that. I want to pour my energy and my time and my creativity, all the things, into growing as a creator. Not just a YouTuber, creating content for YouTube or TikTok, Facebook. Like, I am a journal creator. I'm an author. Like, I'm more than just somebody who does YouTube. One thing that I have not shared with y'all is I actually, not too long ago, went job hunting. I did share it on my socials recently, but I've been job hunting in the recent months, like within the last 6 months. I've been job hunting, and I have not gotten one job. I had one interview, which was like in September, I think, and it was in healthcare. And for those who know, I have years and years of experience in healthcare. I have revamped my resume. I just did all the things when you are trying to get a job. I've done all that, and I have put forth effort and time and making sure I'm brushed up on my interview skills and all the things. Had the interview, I thought it went well, but I did not get the job. I've applied for several more healthcare jobs, a vast variety of different types of jobs, and nobody has gotten back to me. Well, besides the interview. I reached out to my old job, emailed my supervisor because I am rehireable, like all the things. Nothing has came through. But here's my thing. Maybe God don't want me to have a job right now. Like, I can tell you all day that I don't want a job, but that's just what I'm saying. But maybe God don't want me to have a regular traditional job right now. Like, I don't think people, think about that sometimes. I understand that people are concerned, like if they see me going through a transition, or, things aren't going so good in one area or another, that they're just like, get a job. And I know that we are so conditioned to, like, as soon as you have a challenge in your life or anything, go get a job, go get a job. But no matter how many times you apply for a job, how many jobs you apply for, how much you redo your resume, how qualified you are, if the Lord wants you to go on a different path, like, that's just what's going to happen. Like, none of that stuff matter. But yeah, that's like the main thing that people are concerned about. Like, why don't you have a job? Get a job. You get them kids. And I've worked, I've worked before. It's not like I haven't. I've done both. I've been an entrepreneur for years and years, but I've been a full-time entrepreneur. This is probably for the second time, but here recently for the past, I don't even know, like, I guess since we started the school journey, this is when I dive fully back into entrepreneurship. Here's my take on it overall. Like, yes, I'm 37. I have children. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And sometimes I do be feeling like, dang, like, I should have X, Y, Z. I should have this. I should be established in this area. But then I have to remind myself, which I kind of touched base on this a little bit in another video. This is my journey. This is how God has me on this journey. I might not be, I don't want to say stable, but I might not be like situated in that one place that God wants me until I'm 38, 39, 40 years old. I don't know. It's easy to get caught up in just like comparing your life to other people, especially when you guys are a certain age. You might see another 37-year-old who has a great career and who has, been a homeowner for some years and has the husband and the dog and the children and all the things. And then you're like, dang, well, I don't have none of that. And then it's me over here who I'm like, well, I'm 37 and I did have the husband, I have the children. I have never been a homeowner, but that don't mean I can never be a homeowner. It's just that everybody's life is so different. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people, but naturally as humans, like, we do that. But sometimes I be in that space too. I be comparing myself to other people, and I know better, and I don't tell anybody to do that because it's not the right thing to do. But when I sit and like talk to God and really think about it, it's like, this is your journey, isn't it? Like, this is where God has you for whatever reason that He had you on, and it might look all over the place to other people, but you know what goes on behind the scenes, which is kind of touching base on the second thing that I was going to talk about, as far as like what is being a creator, what is being a full-time entrepreneur, what is being a full-time content creator, what does that look like? And I think that on the outside looking in, people will see like, okay, well, she just pick up the phone and record a video and post it and think she's gonna make money. Like, no, like that's not what goes on. There's so much tedious editing and just brain dumping, brainstorming, getting content for all the socials and when to post this, when to post that. Having time and like the space to even post, because a lot of times I don't post when I don't record because, you know, we are here on the schoolies together and it's always something going on. I might have my middle baby listen to some music. My mama might be on the phone. Baby girl, she, you know, on the laptop or whatever the case may be. So it's never really, it's rarely ever like some quiet time. And I'm like, I'm not going to edit out all this noise in the background. So I just wait till nobody here. But when is that? Like, when is it? Because we're together a large portion of the time. But there's a lot of tedious editing and researching, making sure you even posting good quality content. And not only that, but putting hours and hours into content, depending on where you are in your journey, might not get that many views, but still having the discipline to keep on going. And it's not always easy. Now, I don't complain because it's something that I want to do. But aside from creating content, like, I am a journal creator. And I teach other people how to create journals and make additional income from Amazon. So that's a whole nother, like, avenue. So I'm still creating, but I'm also checking emails, sending emails, making sure all my templates and everything is quality and up to date. Make sure my content is quality and up to date. And sometimes it doesn't come out the best, but you still have to keep on going. And that's not as easy as people think it may be. Like, it sounds like, okay, yeah, just anybody can do that. I hear you. But until you are on this side, you really can't say what all goes into that. And if you are a full-time entrepreneur or a creator, and you know, like, the coins, like when you are kind of either diving back in or in a transition or brand new to it, your coins are always long from day one. But then I mean you stop. Then I mean like, oh well, I didn't make X amount of money, or I didn't do, you know, this and that the first year, the first 6 months, so let me just stop. That's not how it works. Like, just like I would give my manager time, energy, show up on time, all the things, I gotta do that for myself as my own business, you know, as a creator, because I'm my own boss. And then just like getting your mind wrapped around the fact that like nobody's telling you when to clock in, when to clock out, when to take your lunch break, what to work on, what task to work on when, how many hours. Like, nobody's telling you that. It's me telling myself that. So I have to learn that discipline, grow and be disciplined in those areas. And that's not always easy. Like, you can say like, oh, I want to quit my job and be my own business, want me to do my own thing. That sounds so cute, but it's not like all cracked up. It's not always all cracked. Get your words together. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, I'm not saying that in like in a negative way or to discourage somebody from doing, you know, what they want to do either. But it's not always easy, but you still have to do it anyway. Just like when you don't want to go to work, but you still got to go anyway. Well, you still choose to do anyway. You still choose to go anyway. And one big one for me is like just the support that comes along with it. Like, a person can only do so much themselves. And when you are a big dreamer like me, have big dreams, big goals, big ideas, big everything, and you want to share the ideas with the world, with your family and friends, they're not gonna always understand or see the vision how you see it. And it can be hard sometimes because it might come off to you as like, y'all don't support me. Like, y'all thinking I'm just, you know, y'all thinking that I'm just talking, but the whole time I'm like really putting in work and I'm really moving forward and trying to grow as a creator or as an author or entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. And that can be hard. That can be like discouraging to you sometimes. And they may be telling you things as if like, no, like I believe in you, but you got to be realistic, or don't be ahead of yourself, or be making money, or like whatever the case may be. Like, their perspective is their perspective and yours is yours. And it's hard because me, as the person who we're talking about, it's like, I hear you, but you're not listening. Like, I hear you, but you're not listening. This is what I do. I support you in your journey. Like, if you go to work, or if you do gig work, or if you are full-time, whatever it is, I support you. So give me that same grace and understanding. I think that like in the world, like in today's world, all we know is like, have a job, have a career, have a job, have a career, and that's awesome, that's amazing. But my career is a creator. Like, that's my job. That's my job, my career. That's what I do. So just like you would encourage me if I was at a 9 to 5 or whatever, or have faith in me, or look up to me, or whatever the case may be, in that, you know, that sense, do the same as a creator. With that being said, it's like sometimes you have people close to you who don't take you seriously because it's not their thing. It's not their thing, so they don't always take you seriously. But that can be hard because you, especially if you are close to people, because you want them to take you seriously and be like, oh, yes, my aunt or my friend or cousin, whoever, she is a, you know, full-time this and that, yeah. So overall, I really feel like it's just pros and cons of being a full-time entrepreneur, full-time creator, especially at this big age, for various reasons. But for the most part, like, I love it. I know the guy has a beautiful plan for my life, and every day I wake up and I tell myself, and at nighttime too, I tell myself and try to talk to God about it when I am feeling discouraged. Like, look, it may not look stable or like a good avenue, a good path to go on to other people, but this is my journey. Like, I can't do, I'm not gonna say I can't. I'm not going to do what the next person want me to do just because they feel like that's the proper thing to do. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. And I don't expect the next person to, you know, do the same, do what I think that they should do, even though I don't really be telling people what they should do. But I'm just saying, like, I don't expect anybody to do a certain thing because internet said, oh, you should go down this road. Don't go down that road. Like, God has me on this path, on this journey for a reason. He has me sharing for a reason. And I'm really just continuing to grow in that and just showing myself and others that you can do it. You can be a full-time creator, entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. And it's crazy because I remember having so many conversations with people who I used to work with, and they were just so, all of us, not just me, but a lot of us were so unhappy. So unhappy. Even when I post on social media, like certain people like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do this, wish I could do that. In my mind, I'm like, why can't you? Like, why, even if you are still working, why not take some kind of time out your day to work towards whatever you want to work towards? Like, why can't you? You don't only have to work and don't never dream and think about nothing else because other people feel like you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Help your girl reach 2,000 subs by the end of the year, y'all. Like, I'm really trying, really growing. 10K is like, that's a big goal. So I'm going to start kind of small, like 2K. But if I, you know, surpass 2K, that's good too. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And I will catch you in the next video.